Welcome back, Guardians. This is Geezer Gamer, also known as Iron Bill, tonight with some more PvP play. I'm trying to play a couple of matches a night. Tonight, I'm still experimenting with sidearms, although I'm switching to Night Stalker. I really haven't done too well with the Arc Strider, so I'm going middle tree, a high jump, vortex grenade. I toyed with the void wall, but I really prefer just the concentrated grenade. So, anyway. Once again, going with the bygones, because I'm working on Redrick's broadsword and Traveler's Judgment. I got a really good roll on this. What I would consider to be close to a god roll. A Head Seeker, firmly planted, what was it, Flared Magwell, and yeah. So I'm set up for very high stability. I'm considering masterworking that one. I do have a few to look at, and I've got a ton of fractaling to roll a new one, so that's likely to happen. Of course, Stompies, they're my stats, bygones, same as yesterday. I've got full auto, opening shot, high caliber, but I typically use Flared Magwell simply because I like the stability. And then, of course, which I may change, arrowhead break and extended barrel. I could go range on that, but I really don't need to, and some stability masterwork. So I'm quite happy with the setup the way it is. So here we are in Pacifica. Little side note, any match that starts with me at the front is usually going to be a bad one. So immediately we go up to B, and we find out real quick, what kind of team we're up against here, and they're pretty solid. And I'd forgotten at this point that I'd taken the targeting adjuster off my bygones and put on the anti-barrier, because I double this one up for PvE, and I was playing around with PvE earlier, and I get melted by that throwing knife. Okay, good job. And these guys traveled in force like that, in packs. Our guys tended to split, but it was mostly like 4-2. And in the end, that didn't turn out to be a bad strategy. And but this was a pretty sweaty match from beginning to end. No question about it. This guy's going to come over the top. All right. I think he gets pegged off here. Yeah, and I get melted by the claws of the wolf. Now, that guy in particular, I am the attack. He got me a few times with that gun, and it made me consider switching to my claws, which is also very good. But in the end, I really wanted to try that sidearm out. It's actually a very good roll, and what I was waiting for was for someone to push me. And a little bit later in gameplay tonight, you'll see that I finally got the hang of it. And I'm doing a lot better about the vertical. So, Hunter Melee. There's a guy running a chaperone here, by the way. They have a couple of Not Forgottens. This was a pretty sweaty team. They were going at it hard, and I'm playing off meta a bit. So, yeah, here we go. I get melted by the claws again. I am the attack. Popping out in the open like that against those guys on the zone really wasn't the way, but I don't know. I just felt like challenging, so I did. And they've got a pretty good lead right now. And here's the other thing. I'm looking at this like I'm going to lose as many matches as I'm going to win. That's just the nature of how this works out. But there was a pretty good play. Led with a grenade, and then shifted a little bit, just a little. It was a slow shuffle there, but I gave him enough of a moving target. The grenade helped out, and I got him. Okay, and that's going to be the claws guy again. So I need to heal up a little bit. Caught this guy on the outside, and this is what I should be doing more. I should be kneeling and shooting for two reasons. One, the firmly planted feature on my sidearm would benefit from it, and obviously I could turn invisible and use that to my advantage. I forgot about it, and I wasted the invisibility there, by the way. Alright, so got a trade on that one. We got the zone, and we're actually making some headway. This guy's coming back, and they like to play through the middle a lot more than I typically do. I see that they're over there, and I get Redrick's broadsword. I was already weak. He probably had just killed somebody because he got me with a single burst, which is pretty unlikely, even if I had any kind of shield left. Alright, so moving back up to challenge B, or protect it in this case. There will be someone along here in a minute. They went for B all night long. And I'm trying not to rush into their stack because they are stacking up pretty hard. And okay, there's our guy. And he ducked just enough, and by the time, you know, I got another shot on him, you can see they have 4 guys on the zone. And I'm starting to realize that that's just not going to get me anywhere. I'm not going to learn anything from that other than I shouldn't do it. And watch, I think this play turned out to be a pretty good one. I get above him, and yeah, but his buddy comes along behind. But I outplayed the one guy. It's just I got pinched, and 3 or 4 guys again. What I did not do very well tonight, of course, was stay with my team. But I'm not going to push into that zone again. That's just not going to get me anywhere, at least not from that angle. Now I see somebody else go up. And I decided to challenge the super, another stupid move. But you're not going to know what's going to work unless you try. And I thought, you know, maybe there's a chance that the sidearm, if we team shoot him, could help take him down. And it actually worked later on. But I jumped right up there into his line of sight, which that was just dumb. I should have ducked and squatted. And so I fed them quite a few kills. Fortunately, we had a pretty solid player on the team, and he kept us in it. Although this use of super turned out to be a lot better than what I've been doing. I got underneath here because that guy was just waiting with me, for me with a shotgun, I think. Yeah. And yeah, not unhappy with that play at all. We cleared the zone. We got it. Now we're only up by 4, so this is a pretty sweaty match. He comes up to the center, tosses a grenade. I just bounce out of it. And they're underneath. So I'm going to come around here. And I'm going to play up the center. I'm going to challenge that because I hadn't yet, and that seemed to be where they spent most of their time, and I wanted to kind of cut that off. He gets me with that rocket launcher, but it's okay. I traded with him, and, you know, if I got him with guns and he got me with a rocket launcher, that's probably a win. He didn't get to use it on more than one person. So I see that I have somebody under me on the other side of that wall. I figure, what the heck? Let's see what I can do if I jump up here. But he's gone. Head back towards A. Now this has montage written all over it because by this point in a match, everyone has supers. And decided better to split off of that a little bit and not take the L. We're up by, what, 12 points at this point? And I get chaperoned. It's just crazy how far away that thing can shoot. I had him dead to rights, but chaperone range is just too good. And I'm not quite sure what I took fire from there from behind, so I decided to go back and have a look. And apparently it was already gone, or whoever it was, or decide to come back just a second, see what happens, and I think somebody begins to challenge. Yeah. And this, once again, I'm going to go up and above. He doesn't see me in time, and I get him. I need more of that. When I can isolate people one-on-one and use a little verticality for it, it usually winds up being a little bit better. Okay, I think, yeah, he's looking the other way, but I didn't get much of that one. We got somebody on zone. He's in a rift. I'm going to back up because that guy's going to have a shotgun. I can see the light already. And I got caught from behind. Pinched. Luna's Howl right there. So they were running, as I said, pretty meta loadout, and I felt like I was still doing okay. When I could get my one-on-ones, I was at least breaking even with it. There we go, 2 again. I'm probably not going to get out of this just because they bounced me. There were 2 people, as I recall, in that match that were squad mates or clan mates, and I think I just kept bouncing into them. All right, so we've got the advantage there, 2-1. We get him. Up comes another one. And he ignores me. He gets pulled down. So that was a little bit better example. Claws of the Wolf. No, Luna's Howl. And he was peek shooting. There I was out in the open. That crate, I could have given him a worse angle. I've just got to think faster. I just don't do that very well. And we got a guy on the left there. I get him. Got another one up here. I'm going to try for him. I've got my super. This will chase him off. He goes. Unfortunately, his buddy runs up here, and he didn't see that coming. And I'm just trying to make sure that we keep that area clear. And it looks like a teammate also popped his super, so we've got them running for cover. And here we go, firing right down the line here, and I didn't realize the match was that close to an end. Now, only 14 kills and a 1.0, not that great, but I did it to myself. I kept running into trouble. It's not like I couldn't shoot anything, but you're not going to win 1v4 or 1v3 when the other team's running full meta. Of course, my next match, I get dropped to 1 in progress. Perfect. Get that guy on the peak hole, and then here comes Mr. Jotun. Now look, got a teammate, AFK right there, and he runs right by him. I found that amazing. Obviously, and by the way, this was a 5-stack, and that guy running with the Jotun was really annoying. It's just about as bad as Lord of Wolves at times, and I'm going to have to get better about reacting to it because let's count 1, 2, 3. Could have jumped out of the way. All you have to do is give some lateral movement to a Jotun and the shot will miss. But if you just stand there, it will 100% hit you every time. So I've had 2 deaths to him inside of a minute. And yeah, this turned out better. You give that bygones any range at all, and it's just deadly strong. Oh, and by the way, between matches, I put the targeting adjuster on it, and it got a lot better. So here we are, 49 to 85 against 5-stack, working some better angles, being mindful that there is a Jotun out here, so you got to watch your corners. I stay here, and I know that they're coming, and I think I even hear a super. Nope, here's the Jotun. Yeah, it was the super. Yep, I heard it. I thought maybe I can get the zone before he gets to me. Nah, and that just gave him another death. I wasn't going to get the zone. I didn't need to give him the points. Got to work on my decision making. All right, so I'm going to help my teammate out here. There's somebody up in that area, and there's somebody coming to our right. So here he comes. Handheld supernova, but he got taken out. So better that than to just let him kill me and not get him. You see I'm trying to put the sunny side on this, right? Okay, and this guy just surprised me. Lost my situational awareness there. But we spawn in nearly the same place. Sliding into corners now, and that's a little smarter. Oop, there's a Jotun. Do you see it? I think my buddy got him. So we're going to go up here and work on C. And they just about have double the score on us. It's not looking really good, but I don't know. Things just started to click here in a bit. Now we got a whole group here. We can follow in behind that super. We've got somebody back on C. So I'll go back to have a look, see if I can do anything about it. There's one. And I know he's there, but there's more than one. And I'm not going to go run into that team again. And there's the Jotun. See, he put a shot right into that car. We'll go try for a different angle. I've got my super again, but our guy's already gone, which was a shame. So I kind of wasted this one. Almost. I see the red coming in. That guy gets his. That guy gets his. And there'll be one more coming. And Jotun, of all people. We're 40 points down. This looks like an impossible haul, and maybe it is, but watch what happens with this super here. Now, I run past him, get behind him, and just start sidearming like crazy. And we've got guys on the other side shooting too. He didn't block. All right, so grenade launcher, probably a mountaintop, I'm guessing. We spread out, keep hopping, And I think I'm dead here. And get behind just enough cover, and my teammates hit him, and that's that. So I've got enough time to recover here. That was going nowhere. And all of a sudden, we're kind of starting to close the gap. Now they're getting C, which I decided to run down here because they're going to come up this hallway just as quick as they get C. And I'm waiting. But one of my teammates has already gotten there and begun to contest. And this guy surprises me. I don't even know where he came from. There's a ledge there, but he came from nowhere. And I'm going to have to learn my maps better. Okay, so I'm going to get this guy, I think. Up and above, he doesn't see it coming. He knows I'm around, and then the match is over. So, you know, I mean, it was starting to really get away from us. They had about 60 points on us, but we got back. That was a little bit better match. 1.71, 12. You know, in a match I came in late, so I'm not too unhappy about that. With that, this is Geezer Gamer, also known as Iron Bill, and I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Good night, folks.